Hey guys, what's up? It's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rides. I am in a special location deep within the Big Apple, New York City, because of a big unveil, and it's right here next to me. What is this the first look of? Guess what? This is your all-new, first ever 2024 Jeep Wagoneer S. This is the launch edition. But before we get into this SUV, this mid-size SUV that is electrified from Jeep, let's talk about what's going on here. So Jeep, we already brought you the Wrangler 4xe. We talked about that hybrid plug-in electric technology. Well, guess what? This is now Jeep's first step into a full BEV. What is a BEV? Battery electric vehicle. So there is no ICE component to this. It is full-on battery pack and 2 electric motors. Now in the industry, you're seeing a lot of change when it comes to electrified vehicles, especially SUVs. So what I want to find out is if you're looking for that familiarity of Jeep, and say you've already had a Wagoneer or a Grand Wagoneer, and now you want to take the step into electrification, is the Wagoneer S the way to go? Let's go ahead, let's dive into this launch edition and find out. Right off the bat, the familiar shape. When you look at the vehicle, you know that it is a Jeep, and what's really great about the vehicle is that this actually has the lowest coefficient drag numbers. When you look at how they sculpted this to cut through the air like a hot knife through butter, they really cut down on the drag. Now at the front of the business, you're gonna see full LED lighting. So you're gonna get your LED daytime running lamp, and I love the way that signature style comes all the way across the front. Of course, we're gonna have LED headlights, and then working your way down, you'll notice a little bit of this flat gunmetal gray finish, some gloss black, but very, very sleek on the corners. Because remember, you can go big battery pack to get range, but that causes issues all within itself. So we try to cut down on the drag, and that could help with range. But I do have to zonk this area because it would have been nice to have some fog lamps instead of this fake vent area. But as we come across the front nose, now typically we would be talking about the 7-slotted grille. Well, guess what? Because this is a BEV, we don't have a 7-slotted grille, but what we do have is that interpretation through electrification here. So you'll still see that interpretation of what is known as that 7-slotted area with the LED daytime running lamp that comes across. I love the way they went with this flat gray finish. It really helps cut up between the body color and all the lighting. But like I said, when we look at drag numbers, this has the lowest amount of drag. On the lower portion, we do have functionality in this gloss black lower grille area with active shutters because we do have a liquid cooled battery pack. And then if you were wondering about the fog lamps like I was, here they are nestled in the lower corners. Would have been nice though to see that something done with those triangular spots on both sides, and then they went with that flat gray across the front. Now, as we rise up, you have that hood. Now, underneath the hood, there is a front-mounted trunk. It's about 3 cubic feet of space, not very large. So we're gonna save that when we go more in depth. When we see this again, we'll be opening things up front, but you'll see how you have that nice slight bulge. Like I said, gives it the familiarity of what a Jeep vehicle is. We have a motor mounted up front, a motor mounted out back. And the way that the motors are, they're using some newer technology where it's this 3-in-1 motor setup to help cut down on overall size. Horsepower, 600 horsepower, 617 pound-feet of torque means that this thing will do 0 to 60 in about 3.4 seconds. And if you're wondering about range, you're looking about 300 miles plus on the range. Now, at the end of the day, besides range, people want to know about charging. Well, if you're going to use a DC fast charger from about 20% of battery life up to 80% of battery life, it's going to take about 26 minutes. And technically, if you do the rough math, if you're on a DC fast charger, in about 10 minutes, you can charge about 100 miles worth of range to this midsize SUV. So those are some of the important numbers that people want to know about when it comes to this Wagoneer S. Now, as we come around the bend, just like we have the sculpted front end to help with the airflow, but to also give us that distinct Jeep style, look at what we got going on with our wheels and tires. So what you're going to find is On this vehicle, you have these 20-inch wheels. They're actually 20 by 8.5. And you'll notice that we have 235 on the width, 50 series sidewalls. And I like the way the wheels, like I said, it looks like a wheel that you would see on a regular ICE-powered Wagoneer. All gloss black, really nice design to not only look good, but also help to generate the airflow down the side of the vehicle. Obviously, they work with Pirelli to work with tires that are gonna cut down on rolling resistance to give us more range. And then, of course, because this is dual motors, you're looking at all-wheel drive. And I think the biggest piece to remember with this vehicle is that all of them are gonna be, the first batch are gonna be launch edition. So basically, you're gonna just choose exterior color and interior color, and you're ready to rock and roll. Charge it up, and you're ready to do that 300 miles plus. But let me know in the comment section what you think about the style of the wheel, and are you digging the gloss black? Now, one of the reasons why I like the gloss black is because you'll notice around the fender openings, you have that gloss black, and it's that familiar shape to a Jeep fender opening. It's one of those things. Look at a Wagoneer, Grand Wagoneer, Cherokee. That shape goes with the brand, just like that 7-slotted piece up front. Now, as we come down the side, you're gonna get standard 360-degree cameras, nice gloss black on your mirror caps. You'll notice how we have the Wagoneer with the American flag, nice badging on the side, a little bit more of that gunmetal gray along the bottom side skirt extension with the gloss black. Another thing you'll notice when it comes to drag is we have flush mounted door handles. So the door handles are actually, you reach underneath. Really gives it that nice flow. Up top, I'm gonna have Lori show you that we got this large panoramic sunroof, two-tone style with the colors, the blue with the black, and a little bit of this flat gray finish. Really shows a nice palette of colors to give you a differentiator. So when you look at the side of the vehicle, it has some substance to it. Of course, we have the motor out back, gives us power to the rear. And then as we come around, look at the touches. Wagoneer S. I love the way they put all the fine details into their vehicles. LED lighting, very slim, very trim, very modernized, all the way across the back. And then of course you have the Jeep name. And then talking about aero, look at the way that they did the rear roof. Talk about a spoiler. You have this spoiler extension that comes towards the rear glass, fully functional, look, fully functional, plus it looks damn good. And what happens is because of airflow, you don't have to worry about a wiper. So we don't have an exposed wiper, you don't have a wiper tucked in. It's nice and sleek, a little bit of a kick up on the back portion within the gloss black, some of that gunmetal gray finish, and then as we work our way down, here comes the familiarity. Like I said, the overall dimensions and style, we have that 4xe badging on the back, really taking it to the next level because this is a full BEV battery electric vehicle. And then on the lower portion, you'll notice just how clean it is underneath the vehicle for that airflow. But while we go ahead, let's get inside and see what big things Jeep has in this Wagoneer S. All right, guys, we're getting special access, so please excuse some of the noise. To get the special access, sometimes you have to work around certain hurdles, and Lori is doing a good job, so definitely show her some love in the comment section. But I'm sure you're at that point where you're like, Joe, I can't believe that Jeep is finally bringing a battery electric vehicle, a full BEV with this Wagoneer S. I'm kind of liking it. I also like the Cadillac Escalade IQ, but I'm kind of liking this one as well. Tell me, how much is it, Joe? Tell me. Well, first of all, they'll be available this fall. So this fall, that's why it's a 2024 model year. In fall of 2024, how much is it going to be? Starting MSRP, $71,995. Let's see how it compares to the competition that's already out there. To the door panels. I love all the attention to detail. That's real aluminum trim with ambient lighting. You have over 64 different colors to choose from. You got your memory seat settings, and you'll notice as you work your way down, the contrast stitching on the armrest. That button in the center is to pop open the door, so you don't actually have a door handle per se. There is some gloss black around the switch gear, so I am gonna have to zonk that because that would give you lots of fingerprints. The great news is you got lots of storage down there in that door pocket. You can get a full-on New York style bagel with the cream cheese schmear and a bottle of cappuccino to wash it down. We have the Macintosh premium audio system. That's 19 speakers, 1,650 watts. And then when you go from the door panel to the dash, guess what? The attention to detail, more of that great stitching. I love this aluminum finish with the ambient lighting that illuminates along the edge. Now, we can't turn it on because we're inside this New York building here, but you do get a standard 10.25 inch screen for the passenger, just like you do on a Wagoneer or a Grand Wagoneer. You slide on in, you're gonna have a 12.3 inch screen for your infotainment. And of course, you got wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, 3 stages of heated seats, ventilated seats, and that is standard. Heated steering wheel, 3 stages. You got some real knobs, which are nice. And then you work your way down, you have another 10.25 inch drop down screen to control driver massage, because you have both driver massage and passenger massage. You could also operate your AC controls, but what's cool about this is that it slides out of the way. So down here is where you could easily put, I would say, 7 to 8 New York Twinkies. That's where they have the apple cream filling, 2 USB-Cs, a USB-A, and you want to see it drop down? Whoop! Look at that. That's cool. Another thing that's nice is look at the way they did the texture here. I wish they would have done this on the door panels by the switchgear. This is going to control your direct drive transmission. This is how you turn it on. You just press that button there. And then I don't know if Lori can show, but we have actually 5 different modes, because this is your mode selector. 5 separate modes: sand, snow, eco, auto, and sport. Wireless charging for those large iPad style phones. And then the leather. That's really what's blowing my mind, is the piping, the perforations. I'll open this up. Wow. You could put a small porcelain statue of the Statue of Liberty in there. That one that your grandma gave you when you were just 7 years old when you came to New York to visit her. You could keep it in there. Love the seats. Look at the headrest, the stitching, full electric assist, the massage, the piping, the heated, the ventilated. Really nicely done. And then up top, you got that ginormous panoramic sunroof and the Alcantara material, soft as a pussycat. Really, really nice done. But why don't you come over to the business end? I got an interesting steering wheel I want to show you in this Wagoneer. Come on over. All right, guys, business time. Now, if you're wondering what that beeping sound is, because this is a BEV, they got to be able to let you know that the vehicle is on so you don't just get out, and that's why it's beeping on us right now. But remember, you do have those buttons, like on the passenger side, to open up the door. If this does not work or you lose battery power, you do have a manual door handle as well for safety reasons. Now, when you look at the pedal box, the reason why I'm pointing this out is you'll notice how flat the floor is. Very, very flat. Plenty of room, even if you have your big clown shoes on. And then you'll notice on the side here, all of your electric seat controls, easy to get to. I'm 6 feet tall and I feel fantastic in here. The seats are just unbelievable when it comes to the comfort. Steering wheel, look at this unique shape. It's almost like this D-shaped out of a Corvette. You got the Wagoneer name, the stitching, flat black on the switchgear. And then you do have your 12.3 inch digital gauge cluster, plus a full almost 12 inch head-up display as well. So 45 inches of screen in this vehicle makes it class leading. And if you hear that chiming sound, that's to let you know that you're in a BEV. This is not your regular Wagoneer. Let's get into the backseat area though and see if your passengers are gonna be happy you went with the Wagoneer S. All right guys, backseat time, and it's one of those areas that, because this is a BEV, remember your center of gravity is lower. We got that battery pack in the belly of this thing. It's a 100 kilowatt hour battery pack. Really allows you to have plenty of room. Backs of the seats, I love the material. Of course, you got the pockets so you could have your maps in case your phone dies. If you're trying to get around Manhattan, we do have heated seats, 3 stages of ventilated seats, 2 USB-Cs, a home power source, and your AC vents. I'm sitting here chilling like a villain, feeling good. And then of course you got that nice, ooh, Charmin soft. That's nice. With the 2 cup holders, same great material as up front. But let's get to the last piece of the puzzle, the cargo area, and see what you could stuff in this Wagoneer. All right, guys, we got the cargo area open. Very important part to any SUV, especially Jeep's first ever electrified SUV, this Wagoneer S. Now, I know you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, how much room is there? So basically, with the rear seat up, you're looking at 30.6 cubic feet of space. Fold that rear seat down. It's a 60-40 split. You're gonna maximize out at 61 cubic feet of space. So that's what's gonna make this vehicle so usable, is that you have that mid-size overall to it with plenty of room for the rear seat passengers, but also plenty of room for the stuff that goes in the rear of the vehicle. But why don't we go ahead? I know you want to go for a first drive. We're not there yet. We're not ready for the first drive, but we do need to wrap it up here at this special location in Manhattan, so let's get to it. All right, guys, it's been one heck of an electrifying experience. You see what I did there? Electrifying experience. Jeep's first ever fully electrified vehicle, this Wagoneer S. Definitely got to thank everybody at Jeep for allowing us special access. Even with all the commotion going on and the setting up and the getting ready to launch this vehicle, they allow time for us to bring it to you. But let Jeep know and me know down in that comment section just what your thoughts are on this Wagoneer S, especially the way that this one is trimmed out with this beautiful metallic blue color and that interior to die for. Let me know in the comment section if you think that this is the best new mid-size SUV. But of course, if you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit the subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raised Rides family. Got to give it up to LGR, Lori Raiti working that camera like a champ. She had obstacles. This was almost like a American Ninja Warrior kind of obstacle course in here for her. Show her some love in that comment section. Thank you, Lori, for busting your butt. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.